And we're back with more Kingdom Hearts. Lee and Strife here at another set of recordings, and we found out that this set of recordings you can actually hear us the entire time, so we figured our shit out. So we're gonna keep on going with the way it's been going, and we'll start the jungle episode. Wake me when we're done.
Wow.
God, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is just, the sooner we get done with this, the sooner better done. Like, not even if it's, like, if you're a fan of Tarzan, it's just like, this level is just...
This level is not the most exciting, I swear. But...
I think it's backtracking. That's what kills this.
It is all the backtracking.
Yeah,
okay.
This part is awesome.
Here we go. Tunnel slide. Woo! Let's go and get hit by trees. Because you can't avoid them all, no matter how hard you try.
Also, I finished my month-long venture into Kingdom Hearts story, and as I was telling Lee, as she was shocked about, I actually like Kingdom Hearts now.
I'm not even going to say the most obvious statement here.
The fact that we're playing it and I've said that I like it more now.
No. 3 simple little words.
Hearts and darkness.
No, actually it's 4 simple little words. I'm sorry.
Simple and clean sanctuary.
While that guess was epic, no.
Damn. What is it?
I told you so.
Look at Sora's feet just was like, I can fly.
He was stuck.
but yeah, so yeah, Lee and I spent some time talking, and she was like, you know, every so often you actually change your opinion on something. It's amazing what happens when you have somebody to help you out. Because I'm notoriously close-minded, obviously. But, hey, you won't hear any bitching from me unless we talk about Dream Trot Distance, which is complicated. But, yeah.
That one did strike me as a little complicated and a little, unnecessary.
Yeah, but to be fair, getting to the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 was like, oh, okay, that's kind of neat. I'm okay with this. Does it veer off into strange? Yes. Do they overuse stuff like Hearts and Darkness? Yes, but when they don't do that, it's actually pretty good. I'm not going to say it's the best writing I've ever seen, but considering where I was when we started this, where I was just like, no, they're going to say Hearts and Darkness all the time. They do that later in this game, like in Hollow Bastion, but that's like a rare occurrence. So I definitely noticed that.
Deep freeze!
So yay! I'm going to be a nice Strife for the rest of this playthrough.
I kind of love that I don't have to be the good cop.
I think what does help is that you're the one playing, so I can lighten up a little bit, because that is something that I've been trying to do more of. Being sick didn't help, to be fair. I was sick for about a week, but good news was it was like nothing bad, you know, it was just random ass cold or like minor COVID symptoms. So I'm right as rain and raring to go.
Oh, excuse me. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Jane.
Tarzan. Oh, and who's this?
Hi there.
Oh, you speak English. So then, obviously you're not related to Tarzan. Are you here to study the gorillas?
Highly doubtful.
Sora! Goofy! Donald!
A circus of clowns. Not much use for hunting gorillas.
Mr. Clayton, we're studying them, not hunting them. This is research. Well, the more the merrier. Do make yourselves at home.
Well, anyway, I'm staying. Huh?
Sora, look what we found. Look at this.
Gorilla pooped it out.
What's that?
Oh, it's a gummy block. It's the same stuff used to build our ship.
So that means the king could be here. So we've got to work together to look for him.
Oh.
For now.
Mm.
Fine, I'll let you tag along. For now. As much as Tarzan is helpful sometimes during this, I'm gonna stick with Donald and Goofy for a minute because there's a trinity outside.
Yeah. That's one of the main issues, is as cool as it is to have the side characters in almost every world, it's like, oh yeah, but I can't do all the fun stuff that the game's hiding away.
Right? I don't want to talk to Jane just yet because I don't want to trigger a cutscene. Okay, don't get stuck on the flagpole. Over here and do Trinity.
Yeah, Sora wants to do the Pledge of Allegiance really, really, really bad.
Yay!
More puppies.
I was just about to say that. We found puppies! Oh my goodness. Okay, so. Apparently
Why are you-
Tarzan was raised in the jungle by gorillas.
Why is he bending over like that?
Because that's how grown-ups typically talk to kids.
Ah.
And Sora in this game is like 14 years old.
Yeah.
Communicating with him still isn't easy, but he's learning. You can
Oh. So he's speaking gorilla back there?
Ah, that's right. You're looking for your friends?
Also, Sora is doing his best Ace Ventura ass impression.
Apparently.
She said Riku and Kairi are here. And one word I couldn't understand, it was like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, why don't we try this? We'll show Tarzan some slides and see if any of them match that word. Well, what happened to the slides?
So yes, the speech bubbles were pointing to Sora's ass and Jane's crotch. Don't know why. Must have been a slip. I don't know. Anyway.
Right.
So yes, if you're wondering if starting the game early is going to have my mind out of the gutter, the answer is no.
His mind is never out of the gutter.
No, I just know the limits of where to go. Speaking of gutters, I've been playing Final Fantasy 16, and holy crap! Speaking of dogs, it's got one of the best doggos.
Did you find the slides? They must be lying around the camp somewhere. Wait a minute, I thought I found them all.
Yeah, there's like
There's 6 of them. I'm missing slide 3.
boo.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Where'd it go?
But yes, we were talking about that as well, and we were like, this is the best Final Fantasy movie we've seen yet.
I know, right?
Yeah, and to be fair, it actually kind of is when you consider the quality of the movies they have.
No,
But-
look, I'm sorry, but as much as good as Final Fantasy 16 is as a movie, Advent Children was better.
At least the complete version is.
I'm sorry, but you're just not ever going to get me to say Advent Children is not the best Final Fantasy movie ever made.
Well, I mean, the alternatives are Spirits Within, Advent Children, Kingsglaive, and and I guess now Final Fantasy 16.
Kingsglaive wasn't a bad movie, it's just... I loved how great the ending for Advent Children was.
Yeah.
And the voice acting was really good. The plot maybe wasn't the best, but it was still such a good movie.
Yeah. The big thing for me, and this was my concern when we were talking about it the first time, I'm not going to rant about it, but it is not the easiest battle systems to come to grips with. And what, Goofy, why are you stuck behind there?
There's gotta be a slide somewhere that... Where the hell is it? I know I've been everywhere, all over this damn camp.
Clayton, did you steal it? No. Get the fuck away from me. I have a gun. Anyway, but yeah, you're right. It's like really good characters, really good plot, really good, like, cinematic storytelling, which translates to the gameplay being,
Oh,
like,
for heaven's sake.
very inconsequential. Like, that's the worst thing I'll say about 16 is the gameplay is inconsequential.
Right?
But
It's just a bunch of cinematic bullshit.
yeah.
I've seen okay, look, when the first moment that it was available for people to stream it, someone that I watch on Twitch literally streamed it for 24 hours.
Jeez.
Literally, he sat at his fucking computer and streamed it for almost 24 hours.
Yeah, like half the game in one stream, why don't you? Jeez, leave some for the rest
And
of
he
us.
is still streaming it. I mean, he's not actively live right now, but over the last 3 days, he has been almost nonstop streaming this game.
Yeah.
And I've seen a pretty good bit of it,
Yeah.
including the fight where Clive wakes up to the fact that he is the dominant of Ifrit. Spoilers here. You know.
This is like 3 weeks after it debuted. It's fine.
And that whole freaking so-called epic fight between Ifrit and Garuda.
I mean, it is epic, but it's like
But it's
none
so...
of it.
The cinematic aspect is like overdone to the point where the battles are fucking boring.
Yeah, for me, I think it's the stylistic choice to make everything look kind of ugly because it's a medieval setting.
I mean, I could stand that. It's just the fact that everything, all the action and everything, it's just anticlimactic and it comes across as just overwhelmingly boring.
Like, there's no weight to it.
There's
Like, it's
no
a
weight
weightless
at
float.
all.
Yeah.
It's a fluff piece game.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever played or heard of Valkyrie Elysium.
I've heard of it,
But-
but never watched or played it.
Basically, they were going like it was a pseudo sequel to Valkyrie Profile, but it was done in the same kind of manner that 16 was. 16 is a polished version of that. It's very floaty, it's very weighty, it's very kind of Again, if the characters and story are good, like, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt if it sticks to landing, because God knows we could have worse Final Fantasy games. But anyway, that was my soapbox of 5 minutes, so... What's wrong, Sora? Are you sitting there ranting again like a dummy?
What? Nothing. See, last time it was a rant about the unknowns of Final Fantasy 16. This time we're both ranting about how anticlimactic it is.
Yeah, and we're not saying it's bad. We're saying that
No, it's very
it's
pretty.
not-
Yes.
it
It is very visually pleasing to look at, and this time around, Sid is actually fucking badass.
Yes, if nothing else, let it be said, to end this on a good note, this is the best Sid in all Final Fantasy. This doggo is one of the best doggos in Final Fantasy, so it's got that going for it. I will put a stamp on that one. To be fair, Sid 4 and Sid 7 are the high marks for Sid, so he didn't have that high bar clear, but he's fucking smashed it. It's ridiculous. But yes,
And
if
I
you
love
want
how
a good Sid,
that Sid is the dominant of Rama, and it's like freaking amazing. When he finally has to go all out and actually become Brahma,
Yeah.
that was pretty damn epic. But seriously, as really like I was saying, like as good looking as the game is and everything, it feels empty. Like I'm not invested in these characters.
It's kind of funny because I actually am invested in the characters, but that's the thing about it. Like, I'm not invested in playing as these characters, but I'm invested in their story.
I'm
so
not
it's like the
invested
complete
in-
opposite.
I'm not even invested in the story because the story is kind of predictable.
Yeah. So I can see that. I think
It's basically just one, you know, their scriptwriting department wrote a schlocky little movie, and now we're watching it with a controller.
Though, to be fair, I will put it ahead right now of 15, of 13, and God forbid 12. Because I know people are gonna hate that, and I always bring it up. I thought 12 was boring.
I actually got
16
into the
is
story for 15 though.
When they had it, that's the problem, is that 15 didn't have a story until like midway through the game.
Well, that's because there was so
potential.
many other things the game was trying to be.
Yeah,
But
this game
when
is at
you-
least trying to just be a cinematic movie on rails. So I will.
If you ignored all the side questing stuff and just played the story, it was a great
actually halfway
story.
decent. Yeah, and I've said Arden is really fucking amazing. But
Well, I
you know.
mean, even without Arden and even without focusing on Arden, like, I really felt bad for Noctis. I felt terrible for him throughout the entire game, and then the way it had to end, I felt horrible for these characters.
Yeah, so there is some substance there. It's just hidden behind the open world aspect of nothing, you know.
And then this
So-
game seems to have been taking a lot of the open world and just putting it on rails.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's what 7R is doing. If you're asking me whether I'd rather have some side quests in a random like location or the open world of 15 where it's not really open world because we're just driving a car everywhere, I'd rather have this approach. So it's not. I'm not saying it's as good as 10 or 9 or 7, no, but I'm willing to give it a little. It could still suck, you know, because we've played games on this channel where I was invested in the story, Tales of Arise, and it bottomed out and was shit, so who knows. But anyway, about a game that didn't bottom out.
But then we've also played games where you did actually get into the story and it didn't bottom out and suck.
Yeah. Like Legend of Legaia, which is the second one we're going to do eventually, but that's for some other time. Anyway.
And I can honestly say, Legaia 2 works beautifully on my computer now.
Yay! So we'll add that to a poll after,
Well, Tarzan?
on the next one, I think.
Where are my friends, Riku and Kairi? Hey, I thought...
That leaves just one place. Young man, we've been in this jungle for some time now. But we have yet to encounter these friends of yours. I'd wager they're with the gorillas, but Tarzan refuses to take us to them.
Really, Mr. Clayton? Tarzan wouldn't hide.
Then take us there. Take us to the gorillas. Gorillas.
Tarzan, are you sure?
Tarzan, go see Kerchak.
Kerchak?
He must be the leader. Perfect. I'll go along as an escort. After all, the jungle is a dangerous place.
Okay. So yeah,
There's
Brian
just-
left.
One word pops into my mind anytime that guy's on screen. I'll limit it to just one word.
Scrub.
Smarmy.
Smarmy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting a because I think it's Brian Blessed. I checked the casting list. He doesn't like I don't know, but he does have that like Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, like Shakespearean acting chop to him. Also, bye kitty.
I just whooped that kitty really good.
Yeah, we're taking out our frustrations of the rant we just did. Just and again, we're not hating on the game. We're taking it, you know. Part of it is we're just trying to delay the fact that we have to go through this part of this game instead, you know.
So
because
yeah, we're having to go through this again.
yeah.
Did I tell you I accidentally made up a new word last night? Excuse me. So I was out here talking to my oldest one, Tinkerbell, and I was telling her about the I had mentioned that I was watching movie trailers yesterday, and one of the trailers I saw was for the new Hunger Games movie. She's read the Hunger Games books. She had to read the first one for school. And then she ended up reading the other ones just because she liked having to read the first one.
Wait, they're making a new Hunger Games movie? I thought they finished those.
It's a prequel. The author actually went back and wrote a prequel book. It's called A Tale of Songbirds and Snakes. And it's about how President Snow became the way he is in the Hunger Games trilogy. Like, he wasn't always an ass. Apparently. Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be here just yet. I keep forgetting.
Sora's contemplating, do I jump down the vine?
The jungle is just so much damn guesswork. You never know which part you're supposed to be in.
Yeah, this and Monstro. And again, we got to Monstro, and I think that's where we...
Monstro is just a big maze, but the jungle is just like... Where am I supposed to be going at any given time? Sabora's gonna pop up in every major area that you go to. If you're, like... He follows you around because he's trying to get lunch.
Well, I'm sorry, but Donald Duck is not on the menu. We need his magic.
So...
I don't think human kid, duck, or sort of dog, sort of human, of the three, a duck probably tastes the best.
Well, I mean...
Sorry, Donald Duck fans.
You know, duck is one of the big classics of French cuisine.
I think I've only had duck like once. I didn't hate it though.
I've never actually had duck. Whoops.
Yeah.
Wrong turn.
Yeah. Getting on to topics of other games, lots of stuff is coming out actually. Because I mentioned, like a couple weeks before 16 came out, stuff like they were re-releasing stuff for the Apollo Justice Collection for the Phoenix Wright stuff, so I'm gonna do that someday. Yakuza 8 or it's now called Like a Dragon 8. It's called Infinite Wealth, has a new trailer. But they actually announced who's going to be Kazuma Kiryu in like 2 upcoming English releases, because that was my big thing, is like, are they going to keep dubbing those? And so they got a YouTuber known as Yang Ye, or Yang Ya, or however he pronounces it.
Yeah, I saw your post about that.
Yeah, because he's done stuff like Lupin and whatever. I'll get to that in a minute.
Kerchak, please listen to me. I know the nesting grounds are secret, but I trust them. You see, I want to help them because, well, they need us.
Oh, did you get that?
Kerchak! Kerchak.
Oh, it's Goofy. Seems kind of distracted by something.
Is he looking toward the treehouse?
Oh yeah. Ooh, jumping on vines. But yeah, it's cool that like Yakuza games or like a Dragon games are getting dubs now because they forever they weren't. Like Yakuza 0, I can't really play that because I can't read the subtitles most of the time. But it's like two like a Dragon games coming out in like a year's apart. So it's like, yay! And they're all dubbed, and it's like cool. So then, like I heard something called Deca Police, more puppies!
Yay!
Because Deca Police is kind of like, I wouldn't know how to describe it, like a Ni no Kuni, like the guys who made Ni no Kuni, level 5, you know. I think they made level 5 from them, right? But yeah, they're doing like a police mystery thing in a virtual world with like, you know, avatar people, you know, it's kind of neat. Danganronpa's creator came out with something that's next week of all things.
Yeah.
Because they finished doing that, you know, because Danganronpa was like Zero Escape mixed with
Wait
Phoenix,
a minute.
right?
God damn it, Sora!
He looks like he looks like he doesn't want to stop.
He just doesn't want to get on the right vine.
Yeah, so there's something called Rain Code coming out next week. I don't know if that's any good or not, but
There we go.
and then yeah, Final Fantasy 16's come out, and it's, you know, like we were saying, it's like parts of it are good, parts of it are, but you know, it's enjoyable, I would say, in some respects. You know, and that's not even counting like other things coming out next year, like or later this year, like the Super Mario RPG remake. Because I know like we're doing this, and
I'm
Odin
just
Sphere is
gonna
going to take
follow.
like 70 or 80 more episodes, give or take. But Nier Automata, Onomatopoeia, whatever I want to call it, is next after this.
So
And
you
then
know,
Super Mario. Go
Okay.
ahead.
go ahead and finish what you were saying, because
Oh, so yeah, Nier is next after this, and then Super Mario RPG OG version. Because by the time Odin Sphere is done, there's no way that the remake is going to come out, which is unfortunate. But I'll probably end up doing like most new releases like on Twitch now, because that's something I've found I can still do is play RPGs on Twitch. Because I switched out doing all the rhythm game stuff to try and play stuff like Final Fantasy V and whatnot. I'm like, oh, okay, this is doable. Because I've had those notorious wrist issues from time to time, and I was like, can I still play on stream? And I'm like, sure. So hopefully, like, if I'm not doing a thing on YouTube, in the meantime, I could try out stuff on Twitch and see if I like it enough that if I did want to play it, or if we wanted to play it, or, like, if we're thinking of stuff to do, that's something we can do. Like, because even if a game like Loop 8, which wasn't, like, everybody's cup of tea, it's something that I could do maybe on Twitch without having the rigor of, okay, I'm doing this on YouTube in a passive way. Because doing a thing on a stream is kind of easier than doing it on a YouTube space. Because when it's on YouTube, it's kind of like set in stone for like 50, 60 some episodes, and that's what we're doing, you know? And if it's not something that people are resonating with, then it's like, well, fuck, you know? It's kind of like, well, wait, show's wrong. But anyway, the hope is that I can do more stuff on Twitch and, you know, see if any of these games are good. Like, unless it's something like Apollo Justice, which I know I'm doing, or Yakuza, which obviously I know I would enjoy. I won't go directly into YouTubing it just yet, but I just wanted to get that out there. What was it you were,
you kind of interrupted the story I was telling.
Oh, sorry.
You hijacked my story. I mean, I wasn't telling a story about the fact that there's another Hunger Games movie coming out.
Oh.
That's just part of what that was just part of the story. So the actual story was that while I was telling my daughter about the plot of the book that this movie is based on, I accidentally created a new word and she started teasing the shit out of me for it. Because one of the actors in the movie is the guy that played Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. So I was trying to say the word appearance, and then my mouth got the words appearance and Tyrion mixed up, and came up with appearance. And she started teasing the fuck out of me.
Appearance?
Appearance.
That's an experience.
Oh my god, now you! And then she's like, that's so funny, Mom, I'm gonna start using that. She even figured out how a spelling and everything, and I'm just like... Ooh. Way to go, Donald.
What's the big idea?
Wait, Kerchak, please.
They made Tarzan too whiny.
I love how they don't give Rosie any speaking lines in this. They give her a couple of screams.
You
and they
don't
don't do anything
understand.
else.
I was only trying to. A snake slithered by. You see, I saved that poor gorilla's life.
They've reduced Tarzan to just glares and whiny please.
Yeah. Because again, there's only so much you can do in the stories. But yeah, sorry for trailing on about my shit. But appearance. I thought you were gonna say Tyrions, to be honest.
Like I said, it just ended up. She was so cracked up over the fact that I made a new word.
What was that thing that we said, like we accidentally said in the first episode that we had to get rid of? There was this thing we were gonna name the episode, and I kept grilling you about it because I think one of your kids came by and just started just laughing hysterically or something, and I forgot what it was.
I can't remember.
I don't know what it was. It was like,
I don't think there's anything left to do here.
oh, when is that goddamn like checking for all the gorillas bullshit? I think it's now.
I think it starts now, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, we're trying to come up with any excuse to not have to talk about how boring this sequence is.
The jungle part of this game is just so... I did this already a couple of weeks ago, and it's like, I've already forgotten it.
Yeah, and it's... What's frustrating is, like, we remember that Agrabah is next, and as jazzed as I am for Agrabah, I'm also remembering, oh god, it's convoluted as shit. That's not fun. Or, like, Monstro is just a big maze. I'm like, damn it. I thought, like I said, we like this game, and I'm like, we do, except certain parts of it are kind of,
Fire!
you know.
Okay, that flower is wilted, so I gave it fire.
Wait, wouldn't a wilted flower need water?
What would make it bloom?
Oh.
Well, I don't have water.
Deep freeze!
Well, obviously not fire. Or, I mean, not blizzard. Unless, let's see.
Thunder!
Thunder did.
That's interesting. I'll shoot it with lightning. It'll make it bloom.
Hitting it won't make it bloom. Basically, the hints here are that you need to be
See ya!
casting magic on these flowers. See if it blooms by casting magic on it. See?
Fire!
Alright.
Thunder!
Alright.
And oh, here's another one. Oh, I'm out of magic.
Geralt.
That's why it won't let me do anything. but it's because a couple of my spells missed. What the hell?
Sora, stop hitting your head on the jungle foliage.
Alright, this is where I just was. This is the treehouse. So then I need to get over here. To go back to here. And then over here is tunnel. And then I can hit the tree slider again.
I love how Tarzan wasn't in her party, but whenever you do this part, he's like, I got my spear.
Uh-huh.
Spear. Like spear.
I actually managed to do it without getting hit once.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so now I'm back. I was about to get hit by Sabor again.
How could you do such a thing?
Now, Miss Porter, as I told you, I was not aiming at the gorilla.
You are not to go near the gorillas again.
Oh, because of one mishap. Come now. Huh?
I'm sorry, but she looks about as intimidating as an angry kitten.
What am I doing?
No,
with
it's
these
Sora trying to do the
imbeciles?
grumpy.
Blasted gorillas! I
She's
hunt
just
down
standing
every
there with
last
this
one of
death
them.
glare on her face and her hands
I'll
on her
track
hips and
them
everything.
down
And she
somehow.
looks about as menacing
I'll
as an
stake my
angry
life
kitten.
on it.
Queen Minnie's more threatening than Jane is. At least she knows magic. Dig it.
No,
Yeah,
he
Jane.
he raised his gun because he just got attacked by a Heartless.
Oh.
Don't mind Mr. Clayton. He's not a bad person, just a bit impetuous.
Not a bad person, right? Sure.
He's like most typical testosterone-driven men from that era.
Yes. So you're saying he's the jungle version of Gaston? Perfect.
Oh God.
Heartless!
All right. Running on 38 minutes or so.
Yeah.
What if we should? Pretty sure we could beat this in the second episode.
Yeah, we can stop here. I did just save.
You know.
This is what ranting gets us.
Yes. So we promised to stop talking about Final Fantasy 16 until probably the next session of recordings. But anyway, we're playing Kingdom Hearts, and I'm going to do my best to not interrupt Lee's talking about appearances ever again. But we'll see what happens next time.